My name is Kendall Wright, and I'm the scientist for the Wild Oceans MPA Expansion Project. Protection of South Africa's ocean lag in both spatial marine protected targets and management effectiveness. Currently, only 5.4% of South Africa's mainland EEZ is formally protected. The primary goal of the MPA expansion project is to assist in any means necessary to attain 10% MPAs in South Africa, but it is also to foster and promote the need for high ambition for ocean protection, advocating for a global 30% minimum protection target, and to continue to grow an effective youth movement, supporting their active expansion across Africa. The MPA's expansion project has already achieved many tangible goals. It has, however, quickly become clear that there are many challenges that need to be addressed to ensure current MPAs are effectively managed and to allow for further expansion. A significant challenge for implementing MPAs across the region is the high dependency of coastal communities on the extraction of marine natural resources and the lack of alternative livelihoods. It is clear that to ensure conservation in South Africa and to achieve international spatial protection goals, that inclusive, holistic management is required to not only meet the needs of the environment, but the communities that rely on them. This has resulted in the Isimangaliso Wetland Park MPA Oceans Alive project.
My name is Nozi Mbongwa, and I manage the Oceans Alive project, which was implemented in 2019 in Isimangaliso Wetland Park. So the Oceans Alive project aims to increase protection and strengthen management of marine biodiversity while improving the livelihoods of adjacent communities and the sustainability of fisheries. The project is guided by 4 objectives, and the first one is focused on improving management effectiveness of Isimangaliso MPA, and the second one is focused on generating knowledge of deeper ecosystems, and the third one is focused on developing sustainable financing mechanisms for the MPA, and the fourth one is focused on delivering benefits and improving the livelihoods of local communities. Focusing on the first objective, we have been working since 2019 with the park authorities, where we provide them with infrastructure and equipment to promote long-term conservation efforts within Isimangaliso MPA, and also assisting with local management and capacity building. And we are also involved quite a lot in the recruitment of community members to be part of monitoring and management efforts within the MPA. And we're also assisting with renovating and refurnishing some of SMVelo's research houses. Each year, we've been assisting with the recruiting of 38 total monitors, which are basically community members who are recruited, go through training to be part of the turtle season, where they assist with data collection. We've also have been assisting with recruiting 48 community-based beach stewards, which are actually turtle monitors, which participate in our youth employment service program funded by Nedbank, where the beach stewards actually help with beach cleanups, helping with conservation efforts within the MPA, environmental awareness and education within the park to increase conservation efforts and involvement of community members. These are just some of the photos showing some of the quad bags that we donated to SMVelo to assist with onshore patrols, especially to cover long distances when collecting data. Our second objective, focused on generation of knowledge of deeper ecosystems, is all about understanding the biodiversity patterns and processes to describe the fish, invertebrates, and habitats of Isimangaliso's deep reefs and canyons using some of our research cruises. We also conduct remotely operated vehicle surveys and also baited remote underwater stereo video systems, which are basically BRAV surveys, to explain what lives where and why, to basically understand the abundance, distribution, and ecosystem conditions. And we also want to understand how these might actually change over time. We are also looking at animal movement and connectivity through acoustic telemetry research by tagging sharks and rays and maintaining a network of receivers to ask the question, where do animals live and how do they move and how often do they move and why, and how these patterns or trends might actually change over time. So the data generated from these surveys is going to be used to motivate for increased protection of endangered species, the identification of important management zones, and also to assess the efficacy of current zonation and management to contribute towards fisheries and increased tourism. The third objective of our project is focused on developing sustainable financing mechanisms for Isimangaliso MPA. So we have a large goal ahead of us, the 30 by 30 MPA goal. And to achieve this goal, we need to ensure that we develop strategic management tools. Because we've realized that conventional financing mechanisms are no longer sustainable. There's dwindling budgets, and ecotourism revenues as well are also impacted and unstable. So there needs to be a paradigm shift in MPA financing. For example, MPA management plans, which include strategic goals, need to be integrated with a sustainable financing strategy. Hence why our Oceans Alive project has a compartment solely focused on trying to develop sustainable financing strategies for Isimangaliso MPA, where we are developing a blend of innovative financing mechanisms that provide long-term cash flows to support conservation strategies and also to promote long-term involvement of community members in conservation efforts within Isimangaliso MPA. The fourth objective is focused on delivering all of these benefits to the communities to improve their livelihoods. Currently, we've been establishing community hub resource centers, which I'm going to speak about in the next slide. We've also developed an enterprise development incubation to promote work experience training programs and mentorship programs, but we've also developed awareness and education programs within the MPA to ensure that community members are part of the conservation efforts within the MPA. So the community hub resource centers are defined as valuable resource centers for communities aiming to provide support to key initiatives such as building conservation or ocean awareness, providing a training space for meetings and workshops to support skills development and micro-enterprise development. So the hubs are going to be multi-purpose spaces to provide employment opportunities for youth and support community involvement in conservation activities. The hubs are also currently being equipped to provide learning spaces, charging stations, printers, and internet access for community members to use and apply for employment opportunities. So this is just a couple of photos to show you how the community hubs actually look like. We have developed two community hubs, one at Mabibi and another one at Wadapa community. And we are in the process of trying to establish a third community hub at Nkovugeni in Kosi Bay. So you can see how beautiful these community hubs are, and we have captured an ocean theme or feel at these hubs. And the murals that you see on these walls were actually developed in collaboration with community members, where we selected a few community members to work with an artist to do all of these drawings. But prior to that, there was a workshop with community members where we had a long discussion on local activities, indigenous species, etc., to ensure that we capture all of these local features and activities, species, as much as we can to create a sense of ownership at the hubs, and also that the community members can be proud and recognize some of the species that they see along the beach at the hubs as well. And what's really amazing about these hubs is we recruited a total of 74 community members to actually help us with constructing these hubs. So we wanted to really create that sense of ownership of the hubs, where the community members were the ones doing the carpentry, the plumbing, and the general works to basically make these hubs look like this. And we're really proud of the work that they have done. So we have managed to create job employment for 302 community members, including 38 total monitors, 56 sewing machine beneficiaries, and the 74 construction community members who constructed the hubs, and 134 youth employed through our YES, or Youth Employment Services program. We have distributed a total of 1,500 food parcels, which benefited 300 households in 9 communities in Isimangaliso, especially during this tough time of the COVID-19 pandemic. We have also rolled out an environmental education program at 30 schools in Isimangaliso, Wetland Park, that's across 13 communities, to try and raise awareness about certain threats within the MPA, involve school children in conservation efforts, raise awareness about the ocean, celebrate environmental days, and do all sorts of activities with the learners to get them excited about the hubs, but also about the MPA itself, and also understand what is an MPA in the first place. So it's been a huge success, and we're really grateful to the community members or the youth that we have employed to actually go through training and assist with rolling out this environmental program. So these are our partners for the Oceans Alive project. Thank you so much.